What's up, interweb? Raikkonen here, and welcome back to the Pokemon Premier League. We are in Week 2 of Season 2, Division 1, all different kinds of numbers. And, like I said, we're in week number 2. Now, last week, we had the first week of Season 2. We played the Miami Rotom Heat, and we lost 1-0. Which isn't the worst, it's not the worst. It could have been a hell of a lot worse than that, and it was a very close match, and it could have gone the other way if I'd have clicked Mirror Code, but we won't get into that here. So, we're in week number 2. We're looking to right some wrongs this week. We're looking to come away with a win. Tough challenge, though, as we are playing the Celta, Deino, and OnesieBanette this week. And he is currently sitting at the top of the table. To keep you guys updated, I am currently 7th in the table, which you guys can see on screen. One of the sides. I don't know which one, but somewhere you're going to see the league table. We are in 7th right now. As you can see, there were a lot of matches that finished with 1-0 in week 1, so this is a very, very close race still at the moment. But OnesieBanette and the Celta Deino are at the top of the table. They won 4-0 in their first week. So, tough challenge. He has a very scary team. So this video is just going to go through what team I've brought to try and take him on. Now, let's have a look at what mons the Celta Deino can potentially be bringing. His potential mons are Mega Altaria, Nidoking, Skarmory, Seismitoad, Magmortar, Uxie, Bastiodon, Staraptor, Ditto, Vileplume, and Hariyama. Those are his potential mons. Now, my potential mons, if you guys don't know my team, my potential mons that I can potentially bring to this match are Hydreigon, Mew, Mamoswine, Whimsicott, Tentacruel, Darmanitan, Manectric, Hawlucha, and Aggron. And when I first looked at the team matchup, one thing jumped out at me. I'm bringing Mamoswine. That was the first thing I knew. Like, I'm bringing Mamoswine, okay? Because Mamoswine kind of runs through his team with the combination of ice and ground coverage, and the fact it gets freeze dry, it kind of runs through his team. His only two safe switch-ins to Mamoswine are Uxie and Skarmory, both of which have to be physically defensive. Otherwise, Mamoswine can 2-hit KO everything on his team. Mega Altaria, he can 2-hit KO with Ice Shard, or Ice Skull Crash. Nidoking, 2-hit KOs with Ice Shard. Skarmory is a safe switch-in. Seismitoad nearly dies to it, has a chance to die from Freeze Dry. Magmortar dies to Earthquake. Uxie is again another safe switch-in. Bastiodon dies to Earthquake, excluding Sturdy from that. Staraptor nearly dies to an Ice Shard, which is great. Guaranteed to die after Rocks to an Ice Shard. Ditto is, Ditto, but I can 2-hit KO him with it anyway, which is Earthquake anyway. Vileplume gets 2-hit KO'd by either Ice Shard or Earthquake, or Ice Skull Crash. Hariyama is 2-hit KO'd by Earthquake, so he really doesn't have a lot of answers for Mamoswine, really. I could really see him bringing something like an Air Balloon Magmortar to deal with it, which will be fine. I can deal with that. I could also potentially see some berries being thrown around, some Yachi berries, some Shucker berries, who knows. But Mamoswine does a lot of work on his team, so that was the first thing I knew I was going to bring. So, that was the main thing that jumped out at me. First thing I saw when I looked at the team match, I was like, Mamoswine was the first thing I noticed. Aside from that, though, I really basically have nothing to touch a Uxie, which is annoying, which is very annoying. Other than Hydreigon, with Dark Pulse and things, other than that, I really don't have much on my entire team that can touch a Uxie, because that thing is bulk personified. But Hydreigon didn't really do much for the rest of the team, though, is the problem. It was nice against the Uxie, but it got destroyed by Mega Altaria, and Hydreigon can potentially outspeed, but if Mega Altaria is set up, it's going to outspeed and just destroy its life with a Return or a Hyper Voice. Nidoking can kill it with an Ice Beam. It can't do much to a Skarmory. Seismitoad, it can probably take one hit at least. Magmortar, I do get Earth Power, but that thing could potentially be scarfed. Uxie, like I said, I can Dark Pulse it, but Uxie does get Dazzling Gleam, I'm pretty certain. Bastiodon, again, I get Earth Power, but he does have Sturdy. Staraptor outspeeds and can destroy my face with a Brave Bird. Ditto would be very problematic if he transforms into a Hydreigon. Where's my switch into a Draco? And then Vileplume. Hydreigon can't really do too much of that, I'm pretty certain. Hariyama again, not much you can do. If he's Assault Vest especially, you know, Draco won't be killing it and all that stuff. I didn't really want to bring Hydreigon to this one, which means I'm going to struggle with Uxie, I know that much, and my other slight issue is Skarmory. I do have a couple of options to try and hit that thing, but I'm not actually bringing them because of reasons you hopefully will see. So, enough rambling, let's get into the team I'm actually bringing instead of speculating things. So, the first mon I have brought to this match. As I said, I wanted to bring Mamoswine from the start, so the first mon is Pokenope the Mamoswine with the Life Orb, Thick Fat, with 44 HP, max attack, and 212 in speed with a hasty nature, which boosts speed minus defense, with Ice Shard, Earthquake, Freeze Dry, and Stealth Rock. And what this Mamoswine does, like I said, I've already explained, it runs through his team. I also need rocks. I absolutely 100% need rocks, because after rocks, I can kill Staraptor with an Ice Shard. After rocks, I can kill Nidoking with an Ice Shard. I'm pretty certain. Or maybe that was Adamant. I did change the set because I was originally Adamant Life Orb, but I changed to not Adamant, what was it? Lonely. Plus attack minus defense. But I changed it to plus speed instead because I need to be able to outspeed Seismitoad and get off a Freeze Dry. That's pretty much the only reason I have that speed investment. Otherwise, you know, I'm basically doing things with Ice Shard, which is nice. Also, if his Mega Otaria is max speed Adamant, I do actually outspeed it, which is nice. If he has like a Cotton Guard set up, I can hit that thing with Freeze Dry, which actually still does a decent amount. It can 2-hit KO that guy, so which is pretty decent. Freeze Dry for Seismitoad nearly kills it. Ice Shard and Earthquake just run through his team, and I want rocks. I really badly want rocks. So I do have 2 rockers on this team, Mamoswine being one of them. I just really wanted them, basically. So that's Pokenope the Mamoswine. Not much else to say. I did kind of explain it earlier. So hopefully he can put in some work and try and break down his team. The next mon that I am bringing to this match against Celta Deino is Darmanitroid the Darmanitan. The MVP from week 1 is back once again, but this time he's bringing even more power because this Darmanitan is Choice Banded with Sheer Force, Flare Blitz, U-Turn, Earthquake, and Zen Headbutt. 72 HP, 252 in attack, 4 in defense, and 180 in speed with a jolly nature. So yeah, this is a jolly banded Darmanitan, and Flare Blitz kinda kills a lot of things. Banded Flare Blitz, even though it's jolly, still can just absolutely wreck shop and a lot of his team. And what I don't kill with Flare Blitz, I can kill with Earthquake and Zen Headbutt, and I have U-Turn for initiative. U-Turn still does a decent amount to a Uxie, even physically defensive. I think it still does something like 30-35%, which is still pretty damn decent. Flare Blitz to a physically defensive Uxie, I think does around 90%, which is absolutely ridiculous damage. So Darmanitan's going to come in, hopefully to nuke some things, and the reason I have 180 speed Jolly is to outspeed, what was it I wanted to outspeed? I wanted to outspeed Nidoking, I think it was. Was it Nidoking? I'm pretty certain it was. I think I wanted to outspeed Nidoking, so he can't pop me with an Earth Power. That's a max speed Timid Nidoking, I'm pretty certain. So, yeah, that's the reason I had that speed investment. So, that's Darmanitroid the Darmanitan there to put some damage in. Kind of like he did last time, except this time I don't feel like he's going to be used as a late game sweeper. I think this time he's just going to try and break things down in order for Mamoswine to hopefully come in and, you know, Ice Shard the things and clean up a little bit. As well as I've got a couple of other mons as well that can do that job too. So, the next mon on this team we have is DOV the Mew. And once again, I know I'm bringing a physically defensive Mew. I'm sorry, okay? But this Mew has the leftovers with Synchronize, of course. Max HP, max defense, bold with 4 in special attack, with Stealth Rock, again that's my second rocker, Raw, Psychic, and Soft Boiled. Now, I'm very terrified of Mega Otaria. I had it last season and I know what it can potentially do. I didn't use it too well, so it didn't do that much, but I know what it can potentially do. And it put in the finest of work in week 1 for Alex as well. So, I want Raw to phase that thing out. If it starts D-dancing all up in my face, I can roar him out. And I can take a +2 Adamant return from a Mega Otaria. If I'm at full health, I think it does 91% max. So I can take one and roar him out, which would be nice. Especially if he's, you know, behind a sub or something like that, I can't touch him, all that stuff. So I need I need Raw on this guy, I absolutely need it. Psychic is good stab damage, and it hits things like Nidoking and Hariyama, which is always nice. Nidoking's a little bit of an issue for this team, as it is for most teams, because its coverage is ridiculous. So Mew's just there to kind of take physical hits. It's there to set up rocks once again. It's just there to be a bit annoying. And the combination of rocks and raw means I can phase, get stealth rocks damage all over the place, which is nice. It's going to help wear things down to the point where Mamoswine can come in and ice shard everything, Dom can come in and kill everything with Flare Blitz, etc, etc, etc. Now, the fourth one on this team is LL Cruel J, the Tentacruel, holding the air balloon with Liquid Ooze. Max defense, max special defense, calm with 4 in special attack. So this guy is mainly specially defensive, but he does have max physical defense too. This is kind of like my backup check to Mega Altaria. Kind of. Because, while the air balloon is still intact, Mega Altaria can't hit me with an Earthquake, which is nice. So it's going to be forced to either go for a Dragon move or a Fairy move with, like, Return. And he may be packing Outrage on it, but I don't expect him to. I think he's going to be packing Return and Earthquake, and possibly with Sub-Dragon Dance. Maybe. That would be my guess. So if I have my air balloon, he can't hit me with an Earthquake and kill me. He'll have to go for, hopefully, a Return, which doesn't kill me. Even if he's at +1, doesn't kill me. And then I can proceed to Sludge Wave him in the face, which is always nice. The only problem with that is if he's behind a substitute, but I have a couple ways to deal with that. So he's kind of like my backup thing. If something goes wrong, I can go into this guy and hopefully I can take a hit from Mega Altaria. I can Sludge Wave it in the face, which does a lot of damage. He's also there. The reason I am max special defense is because I can take the likes of a Thunderbolt from a Nidoking who can't Earth Power me because of the air balloon, if it's still intact, potentially. I can take a Thunderbolt pretty well. I can take a Thunderbolt from Magmortar. I can take a Psychic from Uxie. If Uxie is physically defensive, Calm Mind with at +1 special attack, I can take 3. No, it's a 3-hit KO. I can take 2 Psychics from a Uxie, which is pretty nice. And he's obviously got Rapid Spin because I do not want hazards on my side of the field. Surf, the reason I have Surf and not Scald is because he has a Hariyama. Do not want to be giving that guy a Guts boost. Same reason I have Sludge Wave and not Sludge Bomb. Also, Surf does a bit more damage to things, which is nice. I'm not there to get statuses on everything. I am there to get a bit more chip damage is the point. The whole idea of this team is to just get chip damage, chip damage, chip damage, damage, damage. I don't really care about status too much in this match. It's just damage, damage, damage until I can get in either Mamoswine, Darmanitan, or another mon that I haven't revealed yet, and kind of clean up, hopefully. So, the fifth mon on this team is Capricious the Whimsicott, who has the Life Orb with Infiltrator, not Prankster, Infiltrator, with Encore, Moonblast, Giga Drain, and Hidden Power Ice. Max special attack, max speed, modest, and 4 in special defense. Now, why do I have Infiltrator? Like I said, I am terrified of Sub-Dragon Dance Mega Altaria. Whimsicott, if I can make the aggressive switch into it, as he brings in Mega Altaria, if I'm in with something like, I don't know, Mew, something like that, someone I don't want to take a hit, or Mamoswine because he can outspeed me, he can Mega up and go for a sub. If he does so, if I make the switch into Whimsicott right then, I can Encore him into Substitute. Infiltrate doesn't affect that bit, Encore goes through a sub anyway. The important bit is, if he's just gone for an attacking move and he's behind a substitute and taken out one of my mons, I can bring in Whimsicott, either Encore him, Moonblast him, through the substitute and potentially kill him, which would be nice, or just scare him out. So, that's the reason I have Infiltrator. If he is behind a sub, goes for an attacking move, hopefully without a Dragon Dance, he can, behind a sub, go for an attacking move, take something out, and then I can bring in Whimsicott, Moonblast it, and it will take it out. It has a chance to kill it, which is nice if it's uninvested. If he's bringing an offensive one, then it has a chance to kill, which is good. And I can bring max speed, modest, and I outspeed max speed Jolly Staraptor, which is always nice. So I can outspeed that thing, potentially Encore it. If it's just gone for a close combat, then, you know, I can Encore it into close combat and it can hit me with a close combat, which I can take, and then I can either scare it out or, you know, go for an HP Ice or something like that on it, which is always good. Giga Drain for, you know, stab plus Seismitoad, and Moonblast for things like Hariyama, and as I said, Mega Altaria. HP Ice is just to hit a few more things, because a lot of things on his team resist Moonblast, the combination of Moonblast and Giga Drain. So I have HPS for things like Nidoking, which I do outspeed unless it's Scarfed, and things like other things off the top of my head that I can't remember. Staraptor and Vileplume, maybe? Yeah, something like that. There was a reason I have Hidden Power Rice, but anyway, that is Capricious Whimsicott. And last but not least on this team, bit of a weird set, bear with me on this one. We are bringing Wrestling Pun, the Hawlucha, with the Choice Scarf, with Mold Breaker, High Jump Kick, U-Turn, Iron Head, and Tailwind. 76 HP, max attack, 180 in speed, jolly. Okay. Why do I not have Unburden? I have no need for it. Alex's fastest mon is Staraptor, which has base 100 speed. Hawlucha has base 118 speed already. I have no need for Unburden, right? No need for it whatsoever. Why do I have Mold Breaker? Reason I have Mold Breaker is because he has a sturdy Bastiodon. I can hit that guy with a high jump kick, kill it, and it will not hang on with sturdy because of Mold Breaker, which is nice. Also, Mold Breaker, you know, he has Skarmory, but I'm not going to OHKO that thing anyway, so it doesn't really matter, but it's always nice to have. So that's mainly what I have Mold Breaker for, is for his Bastiodon. If he thinks he can live a hit with sturdy, no sir, Mold Breaker, high jump kick, boom, nice and dead. So that's pretty awesome. High jump kick does a lot to his team. It does a hell of a lot. I'm pretty sure I 2-hit KO basically everything with high jump kick, even though I'm jolly and I'm Scarfed. I have no attack boosting, you know, item or nature or anything. I'm pretty certain, if my calcs are correct, I 2-hit KO basically everything. So the whole point of this team, whittle down, break some things that Hawlucha can't touch with Darmanitan and Mamoswine, bring in Hawlucha, and I can sweep up with high jump kick, potentially. Because I'm guaranteed to outspeed everything. U-Turn for switch initiative if I need it. Iron Head hits Mega Altaria. And Tailwind, because you never know when it might come in clutch. If Hawlucha's on the verge of death, and he can't touch whatever's left, I can bring him in, Tailwind, boom, and then I have a choice banded Darmanitan in Tailwind. And that's terrifying. Not only that, that means that Mamoswine outspeeds everything, which is awesome, which means I can fire off Earthquakes and Freeze Dries and Ice Shards and whatever else I want to, which is always good. The reason I have 180 speed and I'm jolly. Check this out, guys, okay? You might say, you're Scarfed, why do you need so much speed? Why can't you run Adamant? The reason I have this is another failsafe for Mega Altaria, because with 180 speed and a jolly nature with a Choice Scarf, Hawlucha outspeeds a max speed Adamant Mega Altaria after 2 Dragon Dances. I still outspeed it, and I can fire off an Iron Head, which does around 50% to it, which is nice. That's always nice to have. If I'm in with Hawlucha and he has 1 Dragon Dance up, he may get a little greedy, thinking I can't kill him. Go for a D-Dance, and then I can put him with an Iron Head. He may think he's going to outspeed next turn. I put him with another Iron Head and I kill him. Who knows, but it's just another little failsafe. If I can wear him down a little bit, then, you know, Hawlucha can come in. Iron Head, I will outspeed, even after 2 Dragon Dances if he's max speed Adamant, which I'm expecting. And that'll be awesome, pretty much. That's the theory behind it anyway. So, I guess that's the team. Honestly, if I'm being 100% brutally honest with myself, I'm not 100% happy with this team. I'm really not. This is not one of the best builds I've done. I'm not too sure on it at all. But I think it's the best I could have done. Is it, though? I don't know. If I could have, like, 7 moves on every mon, I'd do that. Because literally every single mon on this team, I wanted about 7 moves on it. Like Darmanitan, I wanted room for Will-O-Wisp as well. Mamoswine, I wanted Icicle Crash and Knockoff. Mew, I mean, it's Mew, so I'd obviously want like 17,000 different moves on it. Tentacruel, I wanted Clear Smog for Mega Altaria. I probably wanted Scold as well. I wanted a couple of other things on Tentacruel as well. Whimsicott, I wanted Taunt, I wanted Memento, I wanted Psychic, I wanted Hurricane, I wanted all the things on Whimsicott. And then with Hawlucha, I wanted High Jump Kick, I didn't even want a Scarf, I wanted Acrobatics, I wanted Aerial Ace, but High Jump Kick does more to everything anyway. I wanted like a Swords Dancing set. I just want everything on every Mon, and it's just not possible. I had so many choices for this week, because it seemed like everything could work. In theory, it seemed like every idea I had could potentially work in some situations. I just had to try and find what worked the best. And in this case, I think I had the team for it. It's going to be really tough, and I'm going to have to play offensive once again. It's the nature of my team that I've drafted this season. I have to play offensive in this match. In basically every match, I'm going to have to play offensive and be on the front foot, as it were. Cannot be defensive. I just need to break his things down with Darmanitan and Mamoswine, potentially clean up with Hawlucha. That's what the idea in my head is anyway. We know that Darmanitan can do a serious amount of work. We saw it last week, so I'm hoping he can do it again. We'll have to see. So, what do you guys think of the team? We are bringing Darmanitan, Mamoswine, Mew, Tentacruel, Whimsicott, and Hawlucha against the Celta Deino. So, what do you guys think of the team? Let me know in the comments. If you're supporting the Nidoqueens Park Rangers, let me hear some support in the comments. And the match will be uploaded tomorrow, Saturday, for you guys to see. And this one should hopefully be on Wi-Fi, as last week was on Showdown, but this one should hopefully be on Wi-Fi. So, with that said, I shall see you guys tomorrow for PPL Season 2, Week 2 versus the Celta Deino. So, see you guys then. Toodaloo.